Good morning and welcome to Mountain Fun Life. I'm Brad Lovett, and let's take a quick look at the roadways right now. Now, some of the construction we've had during the fall has been suspended until spring, but you still find some slow spots here and there, especially around 407 heading into town. Now, in the National Park, we have some closures. We have Cage Clove Loop Road closed all the way through February 29th, and that is for some construction work there. Also, some of our seasonal closings include Klingman's Dome Road. That did close back in November. Little Greenbrier Road has closed, as well as Rich Mountain Road and the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail. And don't forget, when it snows or you have any ice, Newfound Gap Road is often going to close between Cherokee and Gatlinburg. That's a look at the roadways. Now let's get on with the rest of the show.
Hey guys, welcome back to Morning in the Mountains with Kira and Savannah. We're here at Vol Magic Wash LLC here in Sevierville, Tennessee. We're here with Dominic. Dominic, could you tell us a little bit about all of the services that you provide here?
Sure, absolutely. So we provide our oil services here, and we have three different services. We have a synthetic blend, a full synthetic, and we have a diesel service. Now, with these services, ladies, the thing about these services, it's a 5-quart minimum, so it's up to 5 quarts. Anything over 5 quarts is a small additional charge, but remember now, in the end, you get all your fluids are refilled. You get, and then right after all of that is finished and the car is good, we turn you loose. We send you around to the car wash and give you a car wash on top of that.
Wow! Now, what kind of oil do you have now?
We are a mobile dealer, and let me tell you, we are one of the only mobile dealers in town. And also now we are Amsoil dealers, so we definitely deal in Amsoil oil. And anybody out there who knows about Amsoil oil knows it's a great product, folks. So we do have that here in the shop, as well as we are now a mobile dealer.
I really like this place here. It's very welcoming, and obviously I like the colors. Go Vols.
And we like having you guys too, so that's great, right? Everybody wins.
Of course, thank you so much.
Well, we would love it. Now listen guys, also if you come in and you tell me that we have seen this on is it Mountain TV, right?
Mountain Fun
If we
Life.
saw this on Mountain Fun Life, we'll give you 10% off of your oil change, your first oil change when you come see us. And let us know you saw us on TV and we'll give you 10% off your first oil change.
That's a good deal.
There you go.
Thank you, Dominic.
You are very welcome, ladies. Thank you. We appreciate it.
We're here at Vol Magic Wash LLC in Sevierville, Tennessee. Make sure to come on by and see him. Say hi to
Absolutely.
Dominic for us.
We look forward to having you.
Now back to you guys.
You've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You have to carefully monitor your health for the rest of your life, and you have an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease.
Cut.
Type 2, take 2.
Action.
You've been diagnosed with a new purpose: to fight for the amazing life you made for yourself, to look that risk of heart disease square in the face and say, no, not me. You've been given a new opportunity to live. Get started at NoDiabetesByHeart.org.
It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Frank Murphy here with Jim Johnson, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett. And Jim took one look at the frosty photo behind us and started describing cauliflower.
I did. It was funny.
Yeah, because you use cauliflower in vegan recipes. I
do.
learned.
I love cauliflower. I love it raw and mixed with seitan or whatever it's called.
Oh, there's a brand that you go to at the restaurant and get some kind of wing flavor. They make wings out of cauliflower.
This vegan restaurant in Knoxville, next to the Dollar Theater, Seven Oaks Shopping Center, I believe.
So as you're describing it, I'm looking at the frosty pine behind us and thinking of old Yule Gibbons. Anyone remember Yule Gibbons?
Yule.
I'm a friend of old Yule Gibbons.
He would eat the bark off a tree in his commercials, I think, is what he would do. Yeah, I'll have to find one of those on YouTube and show you that.
Sounds like a nice guy.
It was weird. Well, anyhow.
He advertised grape nut cereal.
That's what it was, grape nut cereal. So I like riced cauliflower. I'll eat that. It's cauliflower, but it resembles rice, which is odd because they're choosing one vegetable to replace another vegetable.
Interesting, isn't
But
it?
it's really delicious. All right.
It's just like when you tell me spaghetti squash is like spaghetti, and no, it's not.
I love spaghetti squash.
I do too.
I enjoy that a lot. In fact, I would eat that with any, you don't have to put spaghetti sauce on it. You can put anything on it. It's great. All right. Well, Brad, what else you got for us in the news?
Well, we've talked about affordable housing in Sevier County on past shows, and we've got an update right now, as reported by the Mountain Press. One of the new apartment complexes has opened and has their first 16 tenants. The rest of the projects receiving grant money from the Tennessee Housing Development Agency will need to be open to tenants by December 31st, 2021. Douglas Green is near Smoky Stadium. That was the first to receive that low-income housing tax credit, with Watson Glades Place in Gatlinburg being second. So more housing options going up here in the area. That's been very much needed because of so many folks who we need to work here.
Yeah, a lot of the employees at the different attractions who may have lost they were renters and may have lost their residence during the fires. They did, were displaced by that, and then the landlord didn't rebuild, or they rebuilt and raised the rent. That's been issues. So when you've got folks who are maybe temporary employees, you get a lot of immigrants from Eastern Europe like to come in and work the tourism industry. If you noticed, they need a place to stay on the just for the tourist season.
They do?
Yeah.
They need a place to stay.
Yeah.
So good job.
All righty then. Now, if you like Wilderness Wildlife Week,
I do. Where's my cup? I have my coffee mug from that. Oh, it's over there. But I have one.
Okay.
I have a gig there. Yeah.
Gig.
I do have a gig.
A gig there.
We have an event that you'll love as well, happening at the end of January.
Oh, really?
Kind of a mini Wilderness Wildlife
Do
Week.
I need to call Brandon over there and get myself booked for a gig?
You should.
Maybe, or we need to get somebody there, to come here to be a guest on the show.
Yes, please.
The Smoky Mountain Winter Experience will be held January 27th, 28th, and 29th at the new Ramsey Hotel and Convention Center in Pigeon Forge. It's a completely free event that celebrates the national park and preservation. The following is some information, and they'll be having some hikes and
Winter
some indoor
hikes.
activities too.
Okay.
Some hikes.
And on January 27th, they'll be actually hiking Porter's Creek, 4-mile hike.
Oh, boy.
And also 9 to 3 Old Sugarlands on Tuesday, the 28th, Walker Sisters, and they'll be doing tours of the Cades Cove Museum and Appalachian Bear Rescue. That's not the facility more than likely, but the visitor center they have over in Townsend. Very nice place to visit. Also talking Sevier County history. And you'll find more online about this event, but it sounds like a lot of fun. And of course, Wilderness Wildlife Week coming later on in the year.
In May. And
In
that's
May.
at the Pigeon Forge Convention Center over off Teaster Lane.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal, that one. Yeah.
So
I haven't seen the schedule yet for this year's, but I'm looking forward to it.
It sounds like fun.
Oh, it's awesome.
I like hiking.
Well, this thing at the May thing is really more of, I guess they have hikes during the day, but they have all these classes and seminars and authors, and you can buy awesome hiking sticks and other.
Yeah, that's what I was doing earlier.
Yeah,
Hiking
cool
sticks.
things at Wilderness Wildlife Week.
Plus, you can act like swords when you're out in the wilderness.
I can never remember if it's Wilderness Wildlife Week or Wildlife Wilderness Week.
Wilderness Wildlife Week.
So it's Wilderness Wildlife Week. I'm trying to remember.
WWW.
Right, as
Not.
opposed to Wildlife Wilderness Week, which would be WWW.
Wait, is it not? Wait, Bob. It's the same thing.
What? No wonder I'm confused.
But we do have tickets.
We do indeed. Call us at 865-978-1152. We'll have more information on that coming right up on Morning in the Mountains. Frank Murphy here, joined by Matt Cameron from TWRA. Appreciate you coming back, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There's always fascinating stuff with wildlife in and around our beloved Smoky Mountains. And, you know, a lot of elk, as you can see, there's an elk cam, and there's other great things on the TWRA website. But deer are always around. You know, you've got to watch out for them when you're driving. You know,
absolutely.
But you do have a good hunting season in Tennessee that thins the herd somewhat. But there's other issues that deer are dealing with. What was this disease, chronic wasting disease? What is that?
Yeah, chronic wasting disease. It's a disease of the brain that cervids can contract, and a cervid is an elk, a deer, a moose, or anything in that family.
Oh, all right.
Before we get too far, it's not humans aren't susceptible to it.
So it's not like
thankfully.
mad cow disease where you have to all of a sudden get not eat the meat from a mad cow.
Correct.
So if you were to take a deer that has this chronic wasting disease, could you eat the venison from it?
You can.
Okay.
And people have no doubt eaten a positive CWD deer, and humans can't contract it. There's no evidence to suggest that humans can. It's been around since the 60s. I would think you would see it starting to show up in humans since.
What are the symptoms of a chronic wasting disease?
The deer, it wastes away over time. Once
man.
it contracts it, it just becomes a bag of bones, basically, and it salivates heavily. It's confused. It walks in circles, defecates and urinates frequently, and it's a pitiful thing to watch. And that's why we're so concerned with it, is because we don't want it to spread from its current location to the entire state.
Now, where's the current location?
Southwestern Tennessee. Along the Mississippi border.
All right.
There's about 5 positive counties there, and then 5 more counties surrounding it that are in what's called the CWD zone, and that is the place where if you are you go hunting there, you have to follow certain regulations so that you don't bring that disease back and spread it around.
I
the
see what
state.
you're saying. So that area, we're talking like the Memphis part of the state.
Yes.
And TWRA, obviously being a statewide agency, is doing their best to limit the disease to that area.
Correct.
But here in the Smokies, not so much, no problem with it yet.
We don't have any evidence to show that it's spread any further than it has, and we do a rigorous testing regime every year to find this out. And that's how we did find it out, actually, is last December through our regular testing. We determined where we had it. So, yeah, we want to keep it where it's at.
We're talking about the regular white-tailed deer that we see,
Yes,
dead
sir.
along the side of the interstate.
And we've talked about the population is so big now that, nature has a way of reducing its numbers and humans aren't very good at reducing certain population numbers. We don't have the hunters like we used to. We have an exploding deer population and a bear population like we've talked about before. So something has to keep them in check, and unfortunately this disease is helping do that.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Now, as you enter into the winter months with TWRA, what are the other issues that are on the, normal things that you guys deal with when you're out in the field? We were talking about hunting issues or, because people affect your job in a big way.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and when wildlife management, we say it's more people management than it is wildlife management. Wildlife take care of themselves. Human history has shown that we do a poor job at conserving and managing our wildlife, because if you think about it, we had elk, bison, wolves, and mountain lions right here in Tennessee, and all of those species were extirpated and gone because they were overhunted and exploited by early settlers. And so now we're left with trying to replenish populations. Although we're not going to bring the bison back.
No.
Don't have any plans for that. Wolves and cougars. We tried to put the wolves back in the park back in the early 90s.
And?
They had a red wolf restoration project, and they all died. They couldn't make it either.
But the elk seem to be bouncing back. They were like on the North Carolina side of the national park. And now you've even got elk cam on the TWRA website.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did bring the elk back around the year 2000, and we have probably around 400 in Tennessee now, and they are moving over from Cataloochee Valley in North Carolina, coming out of the Smokies into East Tennessee. So I think in the next couple of decades we might have elk roaming more of Tennessee.
And they prefer more of the flatter grazing land, or they like to be up in the mountains? Which?
They're more of a grazer, like cattle. That's what they remind you of. If you ever watch them, they just graze around like cattle do in general. And Tennessee early on was like that. We had a lot of prairie habitat across the state. That's why we had the bison, and that's why we had the elk. All that habitat's gone. They were overexploited, and they were extirpated, which means locally extinct.
I always learn new words when you're here.
Yeah.
Last time you were here, I learned, what was it, torpor?
Torpor.
About the bear hibernation, which is a very shallow hibernation, and now I've learned extirpated.
Extirpation. So.
Oh, wow.
And this winter too, duck season's going on in January, all the way through the end of the month. Although
rabbit season.
Yeah, small game hunting.
No, it's just a joke. Duck season, rabbit season. It was an old Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck.
Okay. Looney Tunes.
So it is really legitimately duck season. We're talking about ducks. Are we talking about mallards or what?
Yes, yeah. There's a whole bag of waterfowl that a
Okay.
hunter can take
Yeah.
without trying to confuse people. You're allowed 6 ducks per day, and it can only be a certain number.
That's a lot
each
of
one.
ducks.
You know,
What do you do with
that's-
6
if
ducks
you're a
a
hunter,
day?
you
Okay.
want to take all you can, especially if the season's well. But East Tennessee doesn't have a really good duck hunting season because we're not on a major flyway like West Tennessee's on the Mississippi
all right.
Flyway, and then you get further east in the Carolinas, you're on the Atlantic Coast Flyway.
How about
But-
those Canada geese? Those are an issue.
Now that's something. If you want to hunt, then there's plenty of opportunity in Tennessee.
What, year-round license for Canada geese, maybe, or no?
You know, I don't think we'll ever get to that point, but it's been liberalized over the years, so there's a
All right.
lot of opportunity to kill the geese.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, they're nasty droppings that are there's a lot of places you can go find those.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, maybe take a goose for Christmas,
Yep,
like
yep.
Tiny Tim.
There you go.
Well, Matt Cameron, I appreciate your time very
Yes,
much.
sir,
Thank
Frank.
you very much for visiting with us from TWRA. You can find out more. It's actually one of the state Tennessee websites, right? The official website's like tn.gov/
Yeah, we say tnwildlife.org if you want to go
Oh, all
directly
right,
to
that's
ours.
the
It's
shortcut.
easier.
tnwildlife.org. Thank you very much again, Matt.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be back with more right after this.
Good morning and welcome back to Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. A little bit cooler today, but it is January. Highs in the 40s today as we dip down to the 20s tonight, and mostly cloudy skies with some sunshine around and also possibly some fog in the morning, so you always want to watch out for that. And that is our look at the weather forecast. Now looking ahead, we're going to have temperatures in the 40s and 50s pretty much all week long, maybe a bit of a warming trend with some showers toward the weekend. That's a look at the forecast. I'm Brad Lovett on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
Want more Mountain Fun Life? We are now streaming through Roku. Roku is a device that enables you to stream entertainment to your TV through your internet provider. The starting price is only $29, and you can purchase one either online or through your local electronics retailer. It's easy to use, and you won't have to worry about missing any more Mountain Fun Life episodes. Mountain Fun Life, guiding your adventure.
It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Jim Johnson's here. Kira Cup is here. Brad Lovett's here. I'm Frank Murphy. And Brad is telling us all about the fun things to do as we... now these pictures behind us, these are really like severe blizzard conditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
To whom? I thought you were a summer
Beautiful-
guy. I
beautiful to
thought we
look
were
at.
summer people.
Well, because it's a picture. A beautiful snowy picture is wonderful for me, but
It is. Until you imagine being there, and then your nose starts running, your hands get red, and all you can do is go.
Yeah.
well, it's nice to be inside a cabin with a fire roaring and looking outside and seeing the fluffy snow.
You know what's also nice?
I like it.
Being inside the cabin with the air conditioning going because it's so hot outside.
We had that at the end of December. We had that day where it was 78
Lord have mercy,
degrees.
70 degrees.
I'm all in favor.
Talk
And
about fun.
it's in downtown Gatlinburg. Everybody in the world was out, dressed for summer. I mean,
It was weird wearing shorts in December.
Yeah. I hear you. Brad, what else you got for us?
but you never know. I mean, it can be snowing, it can be 75 degrees, and I see a lot of folks that there's this one Facebook group about people, for people who want to visit here or frequently visit here, and a lot of folks. So I want to go to Gatlinburg and see snow. Well, you may see snow, or it may be 75 degrees. You just don't know.
It's Tennessee. It's different. If you want to, it's like it's not Vermont. It's Tennessee. That's why we like it here
That we do.
because it's not Vermont.
But we do have a winter experience just for you coming up to the end of the month, January 27th, 28th, and 29th. It's going to be held at the new Ramsey Hotel and Convention Center in Pigeon Forge. Now, it's completely free, and free is always good, and it celebrates the national park and preservation and conservation. And some of the things they're going to be doing, they'll have inside displays just like they do at Wilderness Wildlife Wildlife Week later on in the year.
WWW for short.
Yes, but condensed into 3 days. And also they'll be doing some winter hiking. And they'll be doing Porter's Creek, a 4-mile hike on Monday, January 27th. Also Old Sugarlands, 6-mile hike.
Wow.
It might look like that picture behind you during that time, late January.
It could.
That'd be fun.
Got the Walker Sisters, 3.5-mile hike. Rocky Top, that's the...
I have to Google the Walker Sisters, because I'm just picturing these two women who who named Walker. Who are they?
They are, I believe,
I'll Google
one of the founding families that we have
Yeah,
here.
I'll Google it. Don't worry about it.
Alrighty. But we will tell you about that, and also some needs the Great Smoky Mountains National Park has, and Friends of the Smokies are letting us know about that, and also raising money. And one of the things that they are raising some money for is protecting the Fraser firs at Purchase Knob.
Oh.
$2,500. The genetic preservation planting of Fraser fir was established by the park and UT, University of Tennessee, at Purchase Knob in 1995. Now, Fraser fir has been damaged throughout its range by a European insect, and if you head up to the top of the mountains, you'll see that damage.
Was that the adelgid?
Yes.
I had heard about this one. The adelgid had really hurt some of the pine trees. I didn't realize it was the Fraser fir.
Is that a tree?
Fraser fir is a tree. Fir trees are basically pine trees. FIR. Fir trees are basically pine trees. I mean, not all. They're conifers. Yeah. And the woolly adelgid, I think is what it was called, is a bug that attacks those type of trees.
And you can see them.
Oh yeah. They
trees,
look terrible.
like, oh my gosh.
They just look dead. Yeah.
Pretty messed up.
It's supposed to be evergreen, and they're never green. No, that's just a thing. That was not a joke. Y'all accept it.
It worked.
We are all week.
What else you got to say?
Now, also, the Friends stepped up in 2003 to help the park begin the nation's most ambitious and successful treatment programs for that hemlock woolly. Do you know how to say this? Yes.
Adele. Think of the singer Adele.
Adelgid. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Alrighty. Or that could be an artist name. I don't know. Throughout the range of hemlock from North Georgia to Canada, the Smokies has set an example for hemlock preservation. Over 300,000 individual hemlock trees have been hand-treated, with park staff averaging 30,000 trees every year. And also public safety treatment of those trees, $10,000 they're trying to raise for that. For the emerald ash borer, which is a non-native wood-boring beetle that feeds on both species of ash trees in the park. Now that's been confirmed along the Gatlinburg Trail, Greenbrier Road, Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail, Cades Cove, and many other places. And that proposal
That'd be
for...
a good name for an alternative rock band, the Ash Borers.
I think so.
All right. All right. Well, let's pause there and tell you more about our Mountain Fun Life best deals at 865-978-1152. And keep watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I'm Frank Murphy here with our Mountain Fun Life sports director, Rich Haley. It's 2 for Tuesday.
It's 2 for Tuesday.
So have you got 2 sports for us?
I have one sport, but 2 different leagues.
I'll take it. We will accept. Let's move on.
We're going to start off with the men Vols, and they are playing at Missouri.
This is the basket Vols.
This is the basket Vols.
That's what we call them.
Right. So as the season has gone on, they started really, really strongly.
Yeah.
But we're starting to see some weaknesses in the team, which to be fair, we knew.
You front load the schedule with some warm-up games,
right,
generally speaking. I mean, that's kind of normal. But,
right.
All right.
So with Lamonte Turner going out with his shoulder surgery, we really don't have a tried, tested, and experienced point guard.
Will that help him in his future life because he'll have a shoulder that works, or will he be able to play in the NBA, or what does that do for him?
I don't think NBA is in his near future. Now,
All right.
after the surgery and he rehabs, he may play in the European leagues and build his way back up. We'll have to see.
But more realistically, this is a life
Yes.
decision, not a sports
Yes.
decision.
He's been playing in pain all season.
Oh, man.
But Tennessee was already a guard-heavy team, which means they have to do a lot of perimeter shooting. They're not getting a lot of close-in shots, which means it's hard for them to score.
Okay.
So as the season goes on, we're going to have to see somebody step into that experienced role and take over. And we're
Hasn't
kind of
happened.
thin right now.
Okay.
So it's going to be a challenging SEC season for the Vols, but that's how you grow.
And Missouri is the game in
We're playing in Missouri.
Columbia?
And if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
the coach from Missouri is Quanzo Martin.
Oh,
Who
wow.
used to be Tennessee's coach.
I remember him.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
And he likes to remind folks that he used to be the coach here.
Oh. He probably stuck with all that orange wardrobe that he had to buy. Okay.
So, also going on today, we've got a lot of high school basketball. The winter breaks are over, and they're starting to play games.
What do you got?
We've got a big matchup. It's Sevier County versus Seymour. And
All
know
right.
they're a huge rival.
Yeah, they're close by each other.
They're close by each
They're
other.
technically
They're
on the
in-county.
same road, aren't they? Kind of, not, well,
Just one block off.
All right.
So now this game won't be as exciting as it could be. Seymour is having a very down year.
Oh.
At least the boys are. The girls are playing well.
Okay.
So if you're wanting to watch the basketball game, go early and watch the girls play. It'll be
Oh, because they'll
competitive.
both play the same same setup. All right.
Yep. Also, Northview is on the road at Union County. Then Gatlinburg Pittman is taking on Austin East.
Oh, wow.
Which will be an exciting game. They're both good teams.
And they had that, those matchups during the football season
Yes.
that didn't turn out.
Didn't turn out really, really well for
Yeah.
Gatlinburg Pittman.
All right, so they got a little bit of revenge there.
Then Pigeon Forge is taking on Carter, and that's going to be at Pigeon Forge.
All right.
And finally, Kings Academy is taking on First Baptist.
Well, there you go. All right,
So we've got a full slate of games.
Tuesday slate of high school basketball tonight. All right, very
Yes.
cool. Thank you, Rich Haley. Appreciate it.
No
We'll
problem.
be back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up.
Parrot Mountain. This attraction has it all, whether you're 2 years old or 90 years young, with hundreds of beautiful tropical birds and thousands of flowers, plants, and trees. Folks who visited our park have said, "I've never seen this many birds in one place. This must be what the Garden of Eden was like. The most beautiful and peaceful place I have ever been. These gardens rival the best. The best value in the Smokies. You'll want to visit Parrot Mountain and Gardens. Call or visit us online. We'll see you there."
Being a successful business is a lot of work, especially when you have to design your own media projects and advertisements. Let us take care of your media needs. We offer a large variety of services such as photography, videography, print magazine, live streaming, and so much more. Contact our marketing today for a free initial consultation. Email marketing@mountainfunlife.com. We look forward to working with you.
Well, it's Tuesday. So I'm excited because tonight is my first night back after a 2-week hiatus of doing improv. You know when I get antsy. I haven't done improv in a couple of weeks.
Yes, I know.
So
You've
tonight will
been
be the
pulling it out today, though. It's been great.
Oh yeah, I'm fired up. So that's tonight on Market Square. So thanks for watching us on Morning in the Mountains. I got my new Roku fired up. I got Mountain Fun Life programmed in there. My son went to my mother's house I said, make sure she's got Mountain Fun Life on her Roku, and she already had it.
Oh, nice.
She had it all set up already on her Roku. And then you can also catch us on YouTube and Facebook, of course.
Yes.
So, thank you
And
for all that.
Instagram.
Well, yes, you can see the pictures, the beautiful pictures that Kira, our photographer, posts on Instagram. But if you want to watch the actual show, this show, you got 3 options, which is Facebook, YouTube, and Roku, right? I mean, I think I wouldn't mind if we uploaded it to IGTV. I think that'd be cool. But somebody's got to volunteer to do it on their phone.
Frank.
Oh, see? It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I was looking at her. Yeah, we'll be back with another show tomorrow. Thanks for watching.